I feel like what you say, the men are different.
They're
The men
nicer,
are much more respectful
now. Because like before, you could like you be dancing, and then after a while you gotta turn back like, who the heck is this? No, I could be pushing back like, he gonna come?
Right?
Like I hear doing the most work.
Sir, grab
Like,
this wine.
With
No, but it's
even the wine. They ain't come
But
in
it's
for
still,
wine no more. Like they
But
stand up
even the whole
watching.
touching thing, because I always used to have an SVD and it used to make me so annoyed when you pass people, they gotta touch you.
Yeah, that
especially
too.
the men. Now,
Nobody
They
hands
don't
up,
even come
girl.
at all. I was
Nah.
surprised when somebody
Yeah.
come behind me.
honestly,
It was
they
very
get shy.
shocking.
I'm kind of confused that you guys sound like you're upset. You don't get
no, because
rushed
now,
anymore.
look, when we used to get touched, it was annoying.
You
but
wanted to get bum
no,
rushed,
but
you
you
don't want to
go
get bum
into
rushed.
the complete opposite side. You need a balance. Don't
Yeah.
touch me up disrespectfully.
Right,
But pull
right.
up on me.
All right, guys, we got to talk about this story about the clubs being dead. Okay, completely dead. Okay, when you look at the past 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years, okay, back then the club was way more lit than it is now. Okay, people used to actually interact, socialize, dance, have a good time. Okay, it wasn't necessarily about the vanity and Instagram, Snapchat, okay, trying to portray a lifestyle that you're not really living for the camera. Okay, it was literally about going to the club, having a good time, going home. Okay, as simple as that. I remember going to the club, Friday, payday, you circle the mall, you're kind of feeling good, payday Friday, circle the mall a little bit. You might pick up a white t-shirt or a button up for the night, pick up some alcohol, have maybe a shot or two before you get into the club. Okay, you pre-drink because you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money. And then, you get into the club, you might buy a drink or two, okay, a Corona or Heineken or, rum and Coke, what have you. And then basically nurse that drink all night long, okay, because you're not trying to spend a whole bunch of money and, you're there to dance, okay, you're there to have a good time. It's hard to dance and, really move around, and especially when you're in a crowded environment, people are bumping you and nudging you, and you got a whole rum and Coke in your hand. Yeah, you're not really there to drink like that, right? You're there to have a good time and to have fun. I even remember when there was a guest list and you would get in free before a certain time. Okay, I think it was like 11:30 or 12 back then where I'm from. You get into the club for free. You pre-drink, okay? So you're already, having a little wave, okay, a little buzz before you get into the club. And then maybe you just buy a drink or two just to say that you bought a drink, or, what I'm saying, just to kind of socialize a little bit with your friends or what have you. And that's it. Okay. Easily 20, 30, 40 bucks max. You're having a good time. You're in and out. You go home. That's it. Okay. It's as simple as that. But you fast forward to 2025. Yeah. It's a whole different story because it's all about the vanity. It's all about the clout, the fame, the attention, capturing the moment, so to speak. And they're not really about that life. Okay. Truly, truly fascinating. Okay. When you look at the cost, some of these bottles in the club are like $300-400 bucks. The admission is what, 50, 60 bucks. Okay. Not to mention the parking, especially if you're going downtown, more of a concentrated area. That's what, another 30-40 bucks. Right. So before you know it, you could easily spend 150, 300 bucks. Any which way you look at it, when it comes to the club, is expensive.
I'll tell you right now, I'm at the age, if there is a cover charge to get into your establishment, it just ain't for me. It just ain't for me. You cutting into my liquor that I'm gonna buy. I saw something on Facebook where somebody said, if you're out with me and you say I'm not paying $100 to get into this club, you're not going out with me no more. Listen, we're not going out because I'm not paying no $100 to get into nowhere. A club to stand around and drink something? I can do that at the crib. Now there are times where I'm like, hey, a smooth little 10, maybe a little 15, a little 20. Hey, maybe I might come up off that. But 100? Nah, you got me up. There's no way I'm paying that. There's no way I'm gonna justify that to myself to pay $100 to get into anywhere. Ain't no way, baby. It's not for me. And I'm not criticizing nobody that will. That's your money, and this is mine. You can spend $100. I'm gonna go spend $100 on some food and liquor and take to the crib and have a ball.
It costs too much. Parking costs too much.
to drink costs too much, I don't really go to the club. So that's not my thing anymore. You basically going there as a dude to try to impress somebody and get the attention. Not all, but y'all already know what I mean. If you a single dude and you see a pretty girl, you going to try to talk to her. She may not be interested unless you're trying to buy her a drink. And this is the number one thing that's actually new. You go to the club, let's say you want to dance with somebody. 95% of the time, women are only dancing on women, whether that be their friends or women they don't know. Now, I don't know why they do that the whole night at the club. That's something you got to ask them, but these are all telltale signs for you as a dude to just stop going to the club. Build a skill, learn something. Just stay out of that environment. You don't got to waste your time there chasing something that you're not even going to get, you know?
I mean, he has a point. Okay, when you look at what you're paying for in regards to what you're getting, it's not much, okay? Because when you look at these clubs, nobody's dancing, right? Nobody's dancing. These clubs are not designed and optimized for people to dance and to socialize and to mingle, right? Some of the layouts for these clubs is kind of sectioned off, okay? Because I remember going to the club many, many years ago where you would have the sections and the booths on the outskirts of the club, right? And then you had the dance floor in the middle, right? So anyone that had a booth or a section, what have you, you know, they grab a drink or two, go right to the dance floor, have a good time, okay, dance for a bit, go back to their section, you know, maybe relax a little bit, grab another drink, socialize, and then they go right back to the dance floor. Okay, so although you had your booth, it still promoted you to dance and to mingle with other people. You fast forward to what's happening today. Everything is sectioned off. Okay, the dance floor is non-existent because it's kind of like having a party within a party. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your section, you have your booth. The people that you came in with is probably the only people that you're going to socialize with. Okay, because everything is sectioned off. There's no common area for people to dance and to politic, have a good time, okay, meet new people. So it forces you to stay in your bubble.
Also, why do y'all be getting sections at the club? For real. Like, did you just want to have a little separate mini party away from everybody else? If so, why didn't you stay home? You could have controlled the music there and you would have paid way less for alcohol. Don't get me wrong, when I was clubbing way back in the day, I'm not that old, but when I was clubbing, I would get sections here and there, not all the time, like occasions. But I would never be in the section. I would be on the dance floor with everybody else partying. Like back then, you weren't clubbing if you didn't leave the club drenched in sweat. The ladies' blowouts were blown out. Hair was puffed up, wigs were lifting, clothes might have been a little ripped, heels had been broken off, white shoes were now brown and tan because they've been stepped on many times, but you didn't care. You were partying. You were having a great time. But folks didn't care what people looked like back then. Now it's about looking cool and the aesthetic and all that. That's why you go and sit down and be cute. Why? I'm here to party. What? Like you paid $500 to $1,000 to come in here, sit down and look around and pay 300 to 400% more for a bottle of alcohol? What? Or did you just pay $500 to $1,000 for people to see you in a section sitting down when I just paid $20 to get in and listen to the same music you're listening to? And I'm having a great time with other people, meeting other people. What is it?
So I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about how the club isn't fun like how it used to be. And it's not just about, oh, we getting older and I can't do anything past 10. Because, you know, that may be for some people, but for people like me who still like to pop out every now and then, and to a lot of older people still like to go out that's like 35 and up. But to me, I think it's because back in the day, the club setting, how it was built was different back then. Back in the day, it was VIP up here and general admission was at the bottom. Not saying it's a good or a bad thing, but it was separated. Now you got the whole club full of sections and there's no place to stand, dance, and really socialize outside of the people that you're with. And hell, most of the time you don't even know the people that's in the section. 2, girls get in the section and all of a sudden they want to be over the top bad bitches and bougie, and dudes want to do the most throwing money, and you're not even in the strip club. Women and men are not dancing with each other. Women are dancing with other women, and dudes are sitting on the sideline like, oh, I wish that was me. And this happens in day parties too. But y'all spend all this money to not even socialize with each other or get a number. Y'all too busy trying to record yourself smoking hookah. Like, be for real.
Yeah, so there you have it. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, I blame social media. I really do. Okay, because everyone's a celebrity right now. Okay, a celebrity. Everyone thinks that they're important. Okay, if you got a couple thousand Instagram followers, everyone thinks that they're a celebrity. Okay, the clout, the fame, the attention, so on and so forth. You know, people taking Snapchat photos and Instagram photos, and again, living a lifestyle or portraying a lifestyle that they're not really living, right? But they'll post that they're having such a good time where they're at. Okay, it's about standing around, pretty much like an art museum, if you really think about it. And people are not really interacting and socializing anymore. Okay, that's the problem. The social aspect has died. It really has. Okay, because, you know, back in the day, for you to meet somebody new, you actually had to go foot to pavement and to cold approach, to go up to people. Okay, you had to develop social skills, communication skills, to interact with the opposite sex. Okay, nowadays you have social media. Okay, you have dating apps, so on and so forth. So it's a lot easier for people to socialize and to meet each other. Okay, they're not hard pressed to actually go up to each other or to socialize face to face. Okay, because they can kind of fall back on the dating apps. Okay, they can swipe away and be antisocial in real life. Now, I do want to play another clip from an individual that is possibly uncovering a scam when it comes to the club. Okay, the premium bottles that you're paying for, they're not so premium. Okay, in fact, they're actually allegedly putting labels back onto the bottle and feeding you inferior alcohol.
Now, have y'all been getting sick from the liquor at the nightclubs? Uh-huh. Okay, check this out.
Now, if you drink for real and you go to the club a lot, then you know club liquor be the absolute worst. That shit get you toe the fuck up. Because a lot of that liquor be cut, especially when you buy liquor for the bar. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that liquor be cut. So I'm trying to avoid that shit by just buying bottles. But I'm starting to feel like y'all cutting the bottles too. Because I got a bottle at Diamond the other night, and I promise you that shit had me sick for 2 days. Like, my head was hurting so bad, I had to take my hair down.
Now, she's absolutely correct. What people tend to do at nightclubs is avoid having mixed drinks altogether because you don't know what kind of liquor they're using. So people tend to opt for the full bottle. But she stated the full bottle even got her sick. Y'all, but that's not all. They done got my friends to Diddy this too. Now, let's hear what she had to say.
I'm making this video for one reason and one reason only. What the is in the liquor that they've been passing out in Atlanta? Y'all, I went out yesterday. I had maybe 3-4 shots. I am sick as like I can't get out of my bed. Hands been shaking, throwing up on the toilet. Number 2, like I'm up.
Now, you guys know this is true because I was in Atlanta and she canceled on me because she had gotten sick. But if you know the TikTok algorithm, it's always going to point you to the truth. Now, shout out to this creator because he's got a little dirty secret to tell.
All right, I'm finna start snitching in 3, 2, 1. So I used to work at a strip club in Atlanta while I was going to school and shit. And I was the bar back. So they had me in the liquor room. Like, that shit was damn near my office. So all them expensive drinks, say like, what y'all thought y'all was drinking? Don Julio, Patron, or Douce, Grey Goose, Hennessy, all that name brand shit. You might not have been drinking that all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, like if you was there at the beginning of the night, yeah, you probably had some. But as the night goes on, you're not drinking that. Cause say them bottles was running low, right? Say we running out of them bottles. It was my job to get the cheap liquor that we had, put a funnel in the bottle, and fill that motherfucker back up to the top. And then put the spout back on it, and then seal it back up with a plastic seal with a hair dryer. Look like it was brand new. So you got some cheap $20 tequila and a $300 bottle of Patron or Don Julio.
What makes it more egregious is that they had him in the back liquor room with a blow dryer, resealing the labels back on those bottles. So while you're thinking that, okay, instead of getting mixed drinks, I'm gonna get the whole bottle so I can secure that I'm actually getting what I want. Turns out, according to him, allegedly, that's not even the case. At the end of the day, you are still getting cheap liquor, but you're getting it in a Douce bottle, a Patron bottle, or a Don Julio bottle. Now y'all be safe out there in them ATL streets, because them bar owners are getting a little bit more craftier and a little bit more cheaper.
All right, guys, there you have it. Okay, so that's crazy. If that's actually real and that's actually happening, anyone that's been in the club industry, bartenders, what have you, feel free to comment below. But if that's really happening out here, I mean, this has to be criminal. Has to be criminal, okay? In regards to you paying for something and you're not actually getting what you're paying for. Okay, this is crazy if this is the case. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Are you guys still clubbing? Are you guys still out here? Okay, I'm talking about the single folks. Feel free to comment below. You know, for me personally, I've been to enough clubs, man. Like, I'm good. If I never go to another club again, I'm okay. I'm okay. I think the craziest thing I've seen in the club, I've seen a lot of crazy things. Some things that I can't even mention on YouTube here, but I think the stupidest thing I probably saw was a guy spent, it had to be about $50,000 in the club. $50,000, because back in the day, Ace of Spades, the gold bottle was about $1,000. It was about $1,000, okay? And this guy was literally buying bottle after bottle after bottle, and he was opening the bottle and just throwing it on the floor. Like literally taking $1,000 bottle, unwrapping it, and dumping it on the floor. Literally, right? So I don't get why people want to, you know, portray a lifestyle and to really impress people that either don't care about them or they're just other bro people, okay? Because a lot of these people shelling out a whole bunch of money like this, they're broke. They're broke, right? They're probably doing this on credit. They're doing certain things to get the money, I guess. But any person that has real money, I don't really see them operate like that, okay? They're not overly flashy, you know, they're kind of conservative a little bit with their money. They may step out every now and again, okay, for their birthday or special occasions, okay, maybe they're celebrating something. Yeah, they may step out and, you know, perhaps buy a bottle and, you know, have a good time and, you know, just kind of keep it moving. But you got some folks that are just going to the club every weekend, okay, every single weekend, trying to impress other people that don't even care about them, right? Like, it's just this endless loop. And, you know, again, when you think about the club and what's happening today, when it comes to people not really interacting and, you know, really having a good time, it's just not worth it. It's really not. But let me know what you guys think about this. Okay, maybe you're in a city where the club scene is still popping. Okay, maybe you know, the club layout, it's still popping in regards to being able to interact and have a good time. Okay, maybe there's a dance floor and, you know, you're still enjoying yourself. Okay, but let me know what you guys think about this one. Give me some feedback, and until next time.